Hey, what is up guys, this is Is and welcome back to my channel. Also welcome back to another Lightroom mobile tutorial. So in this video I'm gonna show you how you can create the aqua look using Lightroom mobile. So without any further delay, let's get started. So now I am in my Lightroom mobile app. As you can see, I've already added some photos that I'm gonna work with it. So first I'm gonna open this photo, and here you can see all the settings. So first open light panel and then bring up the exposure to around 0.78. okay, now leave the contrast to 0 because we will add contrast using the effect panel. Okay, now bring down the highlight to around -40. Now bring up the shadow to around +50. Now bring down the whites to around -37. Okay, now leave the blacks to 0. Now go to light panel and then pump up the temperature to around +6. Also add a little bit of thin, like 1. Okay, now increase the vibrance to around +91. As you can see, by increasing the vibrance we have get back lots of color to our photo. Now bring down the saturation to around -20. Okay, now go to mix panel and then bring up the hue of red to around 34. Now bring down the saturation to around -29 and bring up the luminance to around +11. Now select orange and then bring down the hue to -14. Now bring down the saturation to -26. And luminance to +26. Okay, now select yellow, bring down the yellow of hue to -46. Also bring down the saturation to around -49 and leave the luminance to 0. Now select green and then bring up the hue of green to around 82. Now bring down the saturation to all the way down. Bring up the luminance to around 48. Now select aqua. Now bring up the hue to around 44 and leave the saturation and luminance to 0. Now select blue and then bring down the hue of blue to around -56. Also bring down the saturation to -63 and leave the luminance to 0. Now select purple and only bring down the saturation to around -75. Now select the magenta and then only bring down the saturation of magenta to -68. Now click on done. Now go to effect panel. Now bring up the clarity to around 36. Also bring up the DH to 13. Now bring down the vicinity to around -41. Leave the midpoint and then increase the feather to around 83. Also increase the roundness to around 65. As well highlight to all the way up to 100. Now select the detail panel and then bring up the sharpening to around 32. Now bring up the masking to around 36. Bring up the noise reduction to around 31 and color noise to 50. And we are almost done except for one step, which is the curves. I'm gonna rotate my device to the portrait mode. Okay, so here in curves, create 2 point to the shadow and to the midpoint. Okay, now bring up the blacks like this, bring down the shadow and bring down the midpoint just a little like this. Now select the red and then create 3 point to the shadow, midpoint and to the highlight. Okay, now bring up the shadow just a little bit. Okay, like this. Also bring up the highlight just a little. Now bring down the midpoint just a little bit like this. Now select green and do the same. Now select the blue and here we will also do the same, but we will bring down the midpoint a little bit, then green and red, as you can see. Okay, okay, like this, and click on done, and finally go to the profile and then go to the vintage section and then select vintage 5 and bring down the intensity of the profile to 43 and click done. Okay, now click on the 3 dot and click on copy settings, and I'm going to paste it on some photos. So as you can see, the lighting is not good, so I'm going to bring down the highlight and also bring down the exposure to fix this. You have to adjust a little bit to look your photo better. Don't depends on the preset that will do all the work for you. So yeah, now I'm gonna paste it on some other photos, and yeah, I'll do it real quick.
Beyond the shores, there is something more, just waiting for you and me. I see that you're yearning for something more. I feel the waves around me shaking me to my core. Come follow me to a secret place where only the moon can see. Beyond the shores, there is something.
Okay guys, that's it for this video. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you, then don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to this channel if you're new here. Also turn on the post notification, and guys, leave a comment what kind of tutorial you want next, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take